Hey, this is Rob DeRusso, and I'm sure everybody knows that Joe Biden has said that Trump supporters are garbage. So I took it upon myself to make a top 10 list, which I've never done before. This is my very first top 10. I've never done a top 10 list before, but I drafted it. I drafted it this morning, and I'm gonna go over the top 10 reasons why Trump supporters are garbage. So let's go start with number 10. They're uneducated. Many Trump supporters are illiterate, can't spell, can't use proper grammar. As a matter of fact, I think it was last year, I was arguing with a Trump supporter, and he called me a Neanderthal and couldn't even spell the word. Trump has said many of times that he loves the uneducated. So, yeah, they're just dumb people. Even when it comes to politics and policy, they're ill-informed. They don't know what they're talking about. And then you have the conspiracy theories, saying that Joe Biden's been dead for a long time now, that there's somebody in place of Joe Biden. Come on. These people are just dumb, okay? D-U-M-B, dumb. Okay, so we're going to go to number 9. They're violent. There's been many cases where I've seen Trump supporters attack people. I've seen them punch and kick people. January 6th alone. Look at January 6th when they attacked the Capitol. They were beating police officers. They were spraying them with bear spray. They're violent, and it's usually the men that are doing this. They're definitely violent. And I'm afraid that if Trump loses, they're gonna get violent. You're gonna see a lot of violence after this election, because that's just who they are. I was talking about the guy who I was arguing with who couldn't spell Neanderthals. These people are Neanderthals. So yeah, they're extremely violent. So, number 8. And this one applies to recent events. They're hypocrites. Now, Brian, this is for you, because you are a hypocrite. Okay, so when Trump does something, they're okay with it. But when Biden or Kamala Harris do something, the same thing, oh, this is unacceptable. How dare they? These people are hypocrites, okay? Example, there have been many occasions where Trump would call people scum. He would go after them. He would degrade people. And here's the thing. I was talking to Brian about this last night, because he was mentioning how Joe Biden saying that Trump supporters are garbage is going to help Trump win the election. So it's just hypocrisy all the way down the line. They're just major hypocrites. So when Trump does this all insulting and attacking people, they're okay with it. As a matter of fact, not only are they okay with it, they encourage it. They clap. They clap. They clap every time Trump goes on the offense. They think it's funny. They cheer him on. So yeah, these people are hypocrites. Okay, so this next one is kind of all-encompassing. They lie and distort the truth. Now, there have been many cases where Trump supporters have lied, and not only has Trump supporters lied, but they say that, but even Trump lies, okay? And we all know Trump's a liar. We don't need to establish that. That's just a fact. So, how many times have you heard Trump supporters say that Joe Biden's a pedophile? That's a lie. Or they'll distort the truth. Like, they'll say something on the lines of that Joe Biden did something that he didn't really do. Or Joe Biden did do something, but they don't want to admit that Joe Biden did it. Yeah, that's another one. Okay, so here's a big one, and I've been saying this for a long time now, a very long time. they're in a cult and they display cult-like behaviors. Okay, so this one is a big one because it shows that Trump is a cult leader. So you have the MAGA flags, you have the MAGA hats, you got the MAGA shoes, you got the MAGA shirts. You have people decorating their vehicles with Trump decals and Trump artwork, and there's even pickup truck beds that have like Kamala Harris tied up and gagged, or Joe Biden tied up and gagged. It's the fact that no matter what Trump does, they still support him. Like if you were to go up to a Trump supporter and say, if Trump went and murdered somebody, would you support them? And they would say yes, because they're in a cult. Okay, this is cult-like behavior. If you look at CPAC, there's pictures of Trump supporters worshiping a Donald Trump statue. So don't tell me for a second this isn't cult-like behavior, because it most definitely is. Okay? So we're going to go to number 5. They're misogynistic. Okay, this is a big one. How many times have you heard Trump supporters call Hillary Clinton a cunt? Or how many times have you heard Trump supporters say that Kamala Harris slept her way to the top? That's a recent one. I've heard this one recently. Even Trump is misogynistic. He brags about sexually assaulting women. He calls women names. He calls them pigs. Like he has attacked Rosie O'Donnell. Said like a lot of bad shit about her. So yeah, they're definitely misogynistic. They're definitely pigs when it comes to respecting women. Okay, so number 4. Now, Brian, this one applies to you too, okay? They're homophobic and they're transphobic. I've heard Trump supporters call gay people faggots. I've heard Trump supporters call gay people pedophiles. I've heard them make crude jokes about gay people. Matter of fact, I said this in one of my videos. I know a girl in Market Basket who's actually a friend of mine, really nice girl. Her name's Chloe, and she was telling me over the summer, around June, when Pride Month happens, that one of her friends was attacked by a MAGA. One of her friends was attacked by a MAGA, and he was beaten really badly, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, they're homophobic, and I'm going to get to the transphobic part too, so relax, I'm going to get to that. But they are definitely homophobic. They're against gay marriage. They don't think gay people should be allowed to get married. Yeah. Now, we're going to go to the transphobic part. Brian has said to me on many occasions how trans people try to have sex with him, which I'm sorry, but Brian's a liar. I don't believe anything Brian says, okay? I've seen, what was it, when they read, storybooks to children, the trans storybook thing, the drag queen story hour, I've seen these Trump supporters go in and threaten trans or drag queens. I've seen it happen. I've seen the videos on YouTube. It happens. These people have a problem with trans people. They make crude jokes like, oh, if I kick you in the nuts, will that fix your gender confusion? You have Marjorie Taylor Greene saying there's only 2 genders. You have Trump saying that children go to school and get sex change operations, and they come back like a boy would go to school, get an operation in school, and then come back as a girl. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous. They have a big problem with people who are trans. Okay, it's disgusting. Like, I'm a firm believer as whatever makes you happy, whatever floats your boat, however you want to live your life, it's nobody else's business. And it's like Tim Wall said, mind your own business. Okay, so This next one's a big one. So let's go to number 3. They're racist. Now, I've heard Trump supporters call people the N-word. I have heard Trump supporters say a lot of racist things. Hang on. I've even heard Trump say racist stuff. And what gets me is, I know where this is coming from. They believe that because they're white men, or women too, Ashley Babbitt, they believe because they're white that they should have more rights than minorities or people of color. I mean, for Christ's sakes, look at George Floyd. Derek Chauvin was a racist. I mean, Trump has said a lot of racist things. And just recently at Madison Square Garden, there was a comedian, I don't remember his name, I think his name's Tony Hinder something, whatever his name is. He said that Puerto Rico was a floating island of garbage. He said we have a floating island in the ocean. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay? David Duke supports Donald Trump. The KKK leader, David Duke, supports Donald Trump. So yeah, these people are racist. And I've called them out many times, especially you, Brian, because you're the one that keeps on saying that Obama made people racist. And I know you're racist, Brian. You show it through and through. Okay, so this next one is another big one. They don't care about Trump's criminality. And this is completely true. Trump has had 4 indictments against him, and he's already been found guilty of 1 indictment. And they just don't care. You bring up Trump's criminality, they either ignore it, or they'll make excuses for it. They'll say, oh, the trial was rigged. He's innocent. He didn't do anything wrong. And when you say these things to them, it just goes in one ear out the other. They don't give a shit. And you know what's funny is when Joe Biden's son Hunter was found guilty, I accepted it. I said, okay, well he was guilty. That sucks. But when you say Trump is guilty, they don't care. They either don't care or they deny it. Okay, and I'm sorry, but anybody who wants to support a criminal has problems. You have major issues. Okay, and the number one reason why Trump supporters are garbage, here's a big one, they don't respect democracy. They're un-American. So, how many times have you heard Trump supporters say the 2020 election was rigged? Trump won. And to go further than that, they even attacked the Capitol because they didn't want Congress certifying the vote for Joe Biden because they wanted to keep Trump in office. Yeah, so they don't respect democracy. And after this election, I can guarantee you, 100%, that Trump is going to say the election was stolen. He's going to say that they rigged it. Guaranteed he's going to do this. Matter of fact, I wanted to make a bet with Brian, like a $20 bet that Trump would do that. And I said I would take that bet. But they don't respect democracy. They only are happy when their guy wins. If it's not Trump, they're not going to respect it. Trump has said many a times how he will not accept the outcome of the election. Even when he was in primaries in 2015, and the moderator asked every candidate, who, if you lose, are you going to accept and back the nominee? And Trump refused to. Trump said, no, I'm not going to do it. You know, he didn't raise his hand when the moderator said, raise your hand if you're going to accept the outcome of the election. Trump didn't raise his hand. Trump has said many of times he was not going to respect it. Matter of fact, I was telling a friend of mine about this the other night. Back in July of 2020, and I clearly remember this, back in July of 2020, Trump said, if I win, it's fair. If I lose, it's rigged. These people in Trump do not respect democracy. They want their man in. Matter of fact, there's been recent cases of people burning drop boxes, and I'm pretty sure it's MAGA. I can't confirm that yet, but I'm pretty sure it's MAGA, because really, who else would be doing it? Because I don't think the Democrats would be doing this. But they do not respect democracy at all. Okay? There's been cases of voter intimidation. Matter of fact, I was watching YouTube this morning, and I saw a man, an 18-year-old man, a young, pretty much a teenager, who was intimidating voters by holding a machete above his head. He was intimidating voters. He got arrested. So this is all I have to say about this. This is my top 10 list. I've never done this before. This is my very first time doing this. And if I missed one, please put it in the comments section, because I'd like to know what I missed. But I'm pretty sure I covered everything. But if I didn't, please tell me what I missed in the comments section. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.